is hell. Welcome, cursed ones.
Good evening, everyone. It's your worst nightmare and dream come true. I'm Adrian Hallowell, broadcasting live to you. And it's been a little while. I guess not really that long, all things considered, but still a little longer than usual. Already, my hat's been stolen. Thank you, Bulgay. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you, Emerald. Welcome in, Bulgay. Welcome in, Emerald. Welcome in, Sally. Thank you for that 80 stream streak. And welcome in, Naka. It's good to see all of you. I missed all of you. It was a pretty crazy weekend. And I've been really tired. I've still been having issues sleeping. If you were in my Discord server, you saw me talking about that a little bit earlier. I did manage to get a tiny bit of rest, but I'm still tired. And I'm sure you can hear that. But we are here. We are all here, and the Goth Mouse Detective has some work to do. So we're going to be playing more Mouse PI today. I was actually really torn between playing this and more Rain Code because I've been in the mood for it, and it has been raining. It's been the perfect atmosphere for it, but I want to play more of this right now. I've been addicted to the action loop, so we're gonna play more of this today. Hopefully that's okay with all of you. My pleasure. How are all of you doing? I am doing okay. It is like I said, it's been a crazy weekend. What have I done? What have you done, Bulgay? I'm addicted. Who's more in the mood for this one too anyway. I'm glad. I've been enjoying this quite a bit. Yeah, you got me hooked, Bulgay. I'm like, I love this game. It's so much fun. It really is. It has been a hot minute since I played one of these kinds of games, like, you know, a classic style shooter, and I was always a big fan of them. So it's been a nice change of pace, to be honest. And I do like that we've been keeping in step with the detective vibes lately on the channel. I am a little dismayed that we haven't played a horror game in a while, but hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. Welcome in, Augustine. Thank you for the check-in. I hope you're doing well this evening. As you can see, my hat's already been stolen. You're a tad bit late for that, but I'm sure it will be restored for you to steal it. Thank you, Bulgay, for the 40 stream streak. Oh my god, thank you for the support. I really appreciate that. You and Sally are putting in crazy numbers. Thank you. I'm sleepy and fighting myself. Please do get some rest if you need it, Emerald. The VOD will be there. But we're gonna do a little bit of talking. I did start later than I wanted to, but I was really tired, and I do apologize for being a little late. But we will do a little bit of talking, maybe not as much as usual though. Before we get into the game, because there was a couple of things I did want to talk to you all about. So I was reading that supposedly Bungie is take your time, we'll be here regardless. Thank you so much, Bulgay. I really do appreciate that, and I do hope you're doing well today. Any chance that you were able to get off of work for the day? I do hope that is the case. If you got nap time, it's worth it. Thank you, Augustine. I do appreciate that. Yeah, I did actually manage to get a little bit of nap time. Actually got lucky and got today off. Hell yeah. I love to hear that. Congratulations, Bulgay. You deserve it. You really do. Very happy to hear that, actually. I was wondering, but I didn't want to assume, and, you know, usually the worst things happen, so I'm happy to hear that you actually got some time off. That's wonderful. EP Adrian Race Car Edition will be canon one day. But yeah, I heard that apparently Sony, or rather Bungie, who is owned by Sony, as I'm sure most of you know, are not working on Destiny 3, and Marathon has not been performing, you know, the way they'd hoped, and the end result is, they may end up in a pretty bad position, which is crazy to me. I would have thought that Destiny 3 would have been in development. I've never played any of the Destiny games, but, you know, I know that's what they jumped to after Halo and their divorce from Microsoft. And the way that place has been run since the split has been kind of shocking to me. I understand Destiny was very popular, you know? But, man, it's crazy to see what's happened to Bungie. Marathon seemed like a weird choice to me, not reviving Marathon, because for those of you that don't know, Marathon is actually a pretty old franchise. It is the precursor to Halo. And very much was in that era of like Doom, Duke Nukem, Quake, you know, those kinds of games. I thought that, you know, they would have taken the opportunity to bring back Marathon as a kind of spiritual, well, precursor, but also kind of, you know, in the form of a reboot, spiritual successor to Halo. You know what I mean? Like to have a robust single-player campaign with co-op and then an online multiplayer component, but instead they turned it into an extraction shooter because everything must be an extraction shooter now because Arc Raiders was successful. And I guess truthfully, the inspiration behind Marathon was more than likely Tarkov rather than Arc Raiders, but you know. And the end result is, at least to my understanding, a game that has been doing well, but not well enough, I guess. And they spent a lot of money on it. And that's before the plagiarism scandal with that game and all kinds of stuff that happened. It's been nuts. So I wonder what Sony's going to do, because Sony's trigger happy and they love firing everybody and shutting down a studio. So I hope for the people at Bungie that doesn't happen, but it is a pretty worrying situation. I did think that was pretty interesting. I love Destiny 1, 2 not so much. I was very curious to try those games, but never ever had the opportunity. I know Destiny 2 got really bloated, and I know one of the complaints people had with it was that it's not newcomer friendly. So, hey, welcome in, Purple. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well this evening. Hopefully you ate. Not everything needs to be an extraction shooter. I don't understand these companies anymore. I don't either, Bolgay. I don't either. I do wish that it gets exhausting when the industry gets stuck on these trends, and like I know that this has always been the case. I mean, you can go back to you know, really, like, God, we can go really far back if we're being honest. But even like mascot platformers, you know, were a dime a dozen back when Mario blew up. You know, in the arcades, you had tons of clones of one another in terms of specific games, whether they were racing games or rail shooters or, you know, just generally those kinds of things. Anytime something catches on, the industry starts going crazy trying to replicate the success. So it's not a new thing, but it's always been rather tiring. And I don't know, I guess when games were easier to make and faster back then, it was kind of fine if there was a billion mascot platformers because they were all relatively different, and even if they weren't the greatest quality, there was a lot of difference between something like Mario, Sonic, Crash Bandicoot, and freaking Glover or Croc or Gex or something, right? But a lot of these things now, when you know, there's so much money caught up in it that they look so similar because they're afraid to veer too far away from what's sold. So if Arc Raiders is the new hotness, then whatever they make to clone it has to look at least somewhat like it, because if not, then you're risking the money. There's just too much tied up in it now. It's not it's not like, you know, back then I assume making something like Glover was probably a lot cheaper than you know, what it costs nowadays to make something akin to whatever the top dog in the industry is. You know what I mean? No, I've tried playing Destiny 2 like 2 or 3 months ago, and it randomly teleported me into missions with random story I couldn't follow just to force me to test each expansion I didn't have. It was super confusing. That is really weird. Yeah, that's weird. It does align with what I've heard, though, in terms of how unfriendly that game can be to newcomers. Or people returning from a long layoff. True. I forget that the industry follows trends instead of setting those trends most times. Yeah, that is very true. It is very true. And, you know, to a degree, it's understandable. I get that there's risk involved, you know, the money investment, etc., etc. I'm not saying everything has to be, like, super original. When developers or artists iterate upon each other's work, good things do come from it. I always use the example of Silent Hill to Resident Evil as an example, right? Or even Resident Evil to Alone in the Dark. And this is true. But the key example in all of those is that they're all very different from one another. Especially having played, you know, games in all three of those series, they couldn't be any more different from one another if they tried. The only similarity they share is that they are survival horror games with limited resources. Right? And in, you know, their earlier games like fixed camera angles. But they're very thematically different. A lot of these games nowadays that come out are so similar, and it's very homogenous. It's arguably less risky nowadays to release games, and yet a lot of companies don't want to take chances in anything. I know. Like, that's a weird, like, contradiction. Like, it's easier, I think, to have something different come out and be successful. But there's so much more money involved in the process now that everything feels like a much bigger risk. Like, you could have a developer that would put out games that would perform poorly repeatedly, and they'd be fine because of how cheap it was. Maybe not, like, super often, but enough times to where one failure did not mean that was it. And nowadays, one game coming out and not hitting its target is enough to sink a whole studio. And that is really sad. Back in the day, even releasing a video game was a risk because it was such a fledgling industry. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, you know? But, you know, on that note, we do have all of our summer shows coming up. We've talked about this a few times, but June 2nd is the Sony show. And then June 5th. June 5th is Summer Games Fest, and that is the one I'm, I'd say Summer Games Fest and whenever Nintendo does their Summer Direct are the ones I'm most excited for. I normally don't really care much for Jeff's show, mainly because it's never held a candle to E3 in my opinion, no matter how much he like troll posts on social media about it. I don't know what his vendetta against E3 was, but the setup, the layout has never been to my liking personally. But you know, the reason why I'm excited for it this year is because if we're gonna see anything about the RE9 DLC or about the potential Code Veronica remake, it's likely gonna be there. Not at any other show, so I'm excited for that. And of course, I'm a huge Nintendo fan, so I'm looking forward to the Direct. Not really invested in Sony's show, but I'd always look forward to the shows no matter if I own the platform or not, and sometimes things that get announced at, say, Xbox or Sony shows do come to the Switch and whatnot, so it's always fun to take a look at that, regardless. But I bring that up because when those shows are airing, depending on how, you know, my schedule and life is at that point, I am intending to not live stream it. I thought about it, but I don't have confidence that I'd be able to do that for two reasons. Number one, I don't know if my schedule would align with when those things air, and then on top of that, it should be okay, but I feel like with the way my internet is, if I if I try to stream while watching that live and having it up on the stream, it would probably lag something fierce. So I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that, but what I do intend to do is, if you're in the Discord server, while I'm watching it, I'll probably like live post, like I'll probably make a channel just for those events, just to post while watching it if anybody wants to get in on that experience and kind of have that shared, like, we're watching it together thing. I feel like that could be fun. Or I can post by myself like a crazy person, that's fine too. But yeah, I do intend to do that for each of the shows. So if you're into that idea, then hopefully I'll see you there. Could be fun to watch each other react to stuff. I will listen quietly and pretend I understand. That's perfectly fine, Augustine. Or you get a hit and then the studio gets shut down. Yeah, that happens quite often, doesn't it, Bolgay? It doesn't even matter if you do well in this industry anymore. You pretty much lose your job over anything. It is a miracle that we even still have people willing to do this job, which is sad to say. It's very Hollywood. I don't know how to describe it. I agree. Yeah, don't get me wrong. E3 had its moments of cringe and bizarre things, especially in the earlier days where it was more of a direct business show. Like, you get the whole breakdown of numbers and stuff, and it was like, man, the console warriors and fanboys used to really chew on that stuff. But I think once it kind of grew to be a lot more just focused on the games, like it kind of adopted that trailer after trailer kind of thing. It was fun because you had like this thing of seeing people in the audience actually reacting to stuff. And it was nice to have developers come on stage and actually talk about their projects and such. And because you only had, a limited amount of time and stuff, and you had like the access to the stage, you could do some really fun things with that. And I do miss that. I mean, that's where we got the a lot of infamous E3 moments. Reggie Fils-Aimé's "My Body Is Ready" moment when showing off Wii Fit, which is funny. What was his name? Peter Moore with the tattoos, the temporary tattoos he'd get to reveal games on Microsoft stage like GTA 4 and Halo 2. The infamous moment that Sony wrecked Microsoft with the you don't have to be always online to share games or whatever and play them at the dawn of the PS4 era, and God, look at how we've fallen since then with regards to Sony. Yeah, there's been a lot of moments that were pretty great over the years, especially towards the end. One thing I liked that Sony did was they had the orchestra that would play like music for certain games and stuff, or like just to compound with announcements and such, and that was pretty fun. And I always liked seeing the footage from the show floor and like all the creative booth designs that people would have. I really do miss that. Summer Games Fest is like a few good announcements peppered in with a lot of free-to-play stuff, and like, not that I'm saying those games aren't worth it or they can't be good, but they're just usually not my thing. Lots of awkward celebrity cameos, and yeah, it is normally not, the structure of it is not what E3 was, in my opinion. But, I'm always up for it anyway. It's fun. That season used to be one of my favorite times of the year, and after E3 went under, it was very depressing, but, you take what you can get. It's still fun. There's always so much bad news peppered throughout each day, at every single hour, that a couple of days to just enjoy video game announcements and just hearing about this kind of stuff is it's nice. It's a nice break. If you don't mind me recording it so I can have my reaction for Code Veronica, if Code Veronica shows up, I'm in for it. Yeah, that would be great. I'd love to see the live Sally reaction to that if it does show up. So yes, I do look forward to those days. I'll probably put I'll make events in the server counting down to the days, so that way everybody can be aware of when they air and what times and such. It would probably be me just staying silent and being I mean, depending on what they show, could be a really valid reaction, you know? Let's hope that it turns out for the better. I trust in, assuming the rumors are true, I trust in Yasuhiro Ampo. He's earned it. He's one of the last old school people who worked on the original game that is still there, and everything he spearheads has been really good. So if he's really the one working on RE Code Veronica Remake, then he has my trust. Though it would be interesting if he was juggling that alongside Pragmata, because apparently he was he took over, I think, as director of that game or something, so... But we'll see. Should have seen how me and a few others were bothering Adrian when they announced RE9. Yeah, that was so much fun. That was so much fun. Speaking of RE9 though, I've been playing Leon Must Die very frequently, and I actually got up to stage 4. Oh my god, this mode is so stressful. As I know it's intending to be, but some of these runs, oh my god, have been infuriating. And the 4th stage has been just a massive pain in the ass. No matter what like headgear you use and the respective like abilities you enter with, it's just a nightmare. You get very little time. You have to hurry up, and of course, the computer has to make sure that they are maximizing their shittiness to you accordingly. And I was speaking about this a little bit in the Discord server, but I cannot stress enough how much I fucking hate the blue enemies. I hate them because it's like the parry does not work. For those of you that don't know, in Leon Must Die, they add these specific like colors or auras to enemies, and you have to kill them a certain way. And what'll happen is you can't really do much damage to them unless you fulfill the specific requirement that they attach upon them. So if they're red, you can only really do adequate damage to them with melee attacks. And then with blue, you have to parry them before you can do damage to them, and even then, you have a narrow period of time in which to do that. Which is annoying, as it is on its face, but it's more annoying when these enemies are often surrounded by other goons who swarm you and will magically grab you constantly, just at the right moment to prevent you from doing damage to the one that you're really trying to damage. It's very annoying, very frustrating, and I always seem to get the worst enemies to be, to have the blue auras. I've been irritated by the red ones for sure, but I've kind of developed some strategies for dealing with them, but the blue ones are just insufferable. There's some enemies now where on a run, if I see that like a certain enemy is blue, I'll either just retry from there because I know it's going to be too much of a pain, or I have to take a whole different route through the area I'm going because trying to fight them is just not going to be feasible. And Sally, if you ever take the route through the care center, when you go through the main door, like you go through the office, to the left, you open that that dresser that has the ammo and stuff in it, and then you take a right and there's a door that's ajar. Takes you into the room with the piano and such. You open that door, that one enemy that has like a 50-50 shot of either being normal or transforming, When that one transforms and it's blue, I either just take a whole different route through the care center so I don't have to deal with it, or I just retry the whole thing, because it's just not gonna work. It's just not. It's very annoying. Yeah, that happened to me. I know yeah, right? Oh my god. Or if you do the battle with the Blisterborn, and then they keep throwing in the blue ones, it's like, fuck me. Can't. Can't. Are you using Leon Sexy Wolf Kennedy? Yeah, that's the one I keep using, because the other ones are like... The one with the Siren is not... it's not that great. The ability, I see the vision, but it never works for me. But the one I just got, which is the... God, what is it? Actually, I think I'm getting them confused. The one with the car, yeah, it doesn't work well. The one with the Siren that gives you the sniper rifle is actually pretty decent to an extent, but like, yeah, nothing matches the Wolf. That one is definitely the best one. You just need to accept that outside of the starting area, that machine pistol you get, or rather the submachine gun, is it's a pea shooter. In fact, you know what I've found is pretty crazy? One of the best weapons to have is just a pistol. So you can start juggling the enemies with like kicks and stuff like that, hitting them in the legs and whatnot. Especially if you have the ability that sets the enemies on fire when you kick them. That saves you so much ammo and time with the regular zombies. It really does. So naturally, of course, in stage 4, it is hard to come by a pistol, when in the other stages they give them out like candy. Instead, they want to give you that stupid starting shotgun that I hate so much. That does absolutely nothing, even when they give you a 3-star one. Very annoying. I don't know if this ever happens to you, Sally, I assume it does, but another thing I hate is when you get to the main hall of the care center, and there's kind of like there's like 2 different possibilities of what you'll get when you're playing the mode. You'll either get a shit ton of zombies, which are fine to deal with, or you'll get 2 of the, what they call the quote-unquote the main characters, the screaming ones, and then the 2 zombies there. And it's so annoying because you have to hurry up and knock those 2 guys out before they come down the stairs, but you can't because they start screaming and throw your aim off, and it's like... It is such an interesting, it's such an interesting mode. The suggestive shotgun damage is optional. I'll try to record a good run so you can see all the pathing I take. Yeah, please do. I'd be very interested to see how our routes compare. I thought about doing another run on stream, but I don't know how good of an idea that is. I usually keep my composure very well, but I was playing it a little bit yesterday, and I was crashing out a little bit, I won't lie. More just mild frustration, but my god, it was like, it was annoying. I don't know how I'm going to crack the nut that is stage 4. I have to figure out how to make the most of the time. That's me playing Celeste right now. I can imagine. That game looks like, it's beautiful, and it does look like a brilliant game, but it looks super frustrating. I don't blame you at all, Augustine. It sounds like a good time, though. It is. I am addicted to the mode. It's fun. It really is, but it is definitely, the more you play it, the more frustrating that it gets, which, you know, naturally, but In fact, you know, Sally, I think the one enemy, I wonder if you're like me and like you have specific enemies in every area that like uniquely piss you off. Because for me, that one is, you know, in the Raccoon City segment where you go into the building, you go up the stairs to the left, that area before you drop into the part where you have to get the crank. That area. The one zombie that is up there that's hunched over, that can a lot of times turn into a blue one. I hate that guy. If he's blue, I run the other way. Hey, welcome in, Wilby. I hope you're doing well this evening. Oh, connection dropped pretty fiercely there. Hopefully we're good. Yeah, welcome in, Wilby. I hope you're doing well this evening. I made the mistake of saying I'd do a strawberry run if circumstances were met, and now all my friends are plotting against me. Oh no. Oh no, Augustine. In general, all BSA soldiers are annoying. Yeah. Yeah, this is true. I shoveled more dirt. What do you mean? But yeah, that mode has a hold over me. It really does. I am up to 2 tons. I think I might need you to be a little bit more specific, Wilby. Thank you for the hydrate, Emerald. And thank you for the stretch, Wilby. And thank you for the second hydrate, Naka. I've dug my own grave, and at the bottom is a Celeste strawberry run. Thank you, Augustine, for the redeem. I don't get it either. I had to shovel 2 tons of dirt for a project. Ah, got it. Okay. That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. I hope that wherever you are, it's not super hot. Because it was very hot today where I am. And I can only imagine, shoveling dirt in the blistering heat is no fun, so please do make sure that you're keeping hydrated and cool to the best of your ability. Which is usually not in your control, but you know, as much as you personally can. I have personal beef with the sun at this point, you and me both, Augustine. It was 95 the first day, but it was a little cooler today. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's, it's good that it was a little cooler than, surface of the sun temperature. But yes, I think that might be everything I had to talk about. I don't know. Did I see anything else of interest? I feel like there might have been one thing, but I'm potentially forgetting, because there's been so much gaming news and stuff like that, so. Thank you for the outfit change, Naka. Better than what I've been working in? Jesus, purple. Once again, I know it's not something that can really be helped, but please, please do the best that you can to stay cool. At the very least, stay hydrated. IRL, my skin gets so translucent in the winter for this reason. Alrighty. Yeah, I think I think we're probably all set to go. So we will go ahead and do our pre-game tarot card pull. And then we will get to more Mouse PI. So hopefully you are all ready for that. Alrighty. Let me change the music to something more fitting. I've missed the tarot readings. I'm glad to hear that. My cat is standing out to look out the window. Or standing on me to look out the window. Alright, let's switch the music to our Velvet Room soundtrack. Alrighty. Today's card is... today's card is the Lovers in the upright position. I pulled this card somewhat recently as well, so I'm sure that most of you probably do remember the definition of this one, but of course we're going to go over it again. BRB going to go say hi to Callisto. You can tell her I said hi as well. But no worries, take your time, Welby. Thank you for dropping by. But yes, today's card is the Lovers. And as you all know, this card represents a few things, but chief among them, and the one that most people know, is, of course, love. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? And this love can come in many different forms. It can be with, you know, a significant other or a love interest. It can be with a good friend or a family member, or even a perfect stranger. Love comes in many different forms, and the Lover's card is a representation of love in its purest form. It's an encouragement to open your heart. It's an encouragement to treat the people that you really care about with reverence and honesty. To not be afraid to open yourself up to people that you care about. You know, people that are deserving of that love, not just anyone, of course. And to treat them with the you know, the affection that you feel in your heart for them, and trust that that will be reciprocated. The figures on the card, as I talked about before, are both naked, and that can be a representation of the kind of honesty that pure love is made of. To be able to show the sides of ourselves that we are, you know, that we normally keep hidden away, or that we don't allow everybody to see. When you can share that side with somebody, that is true love. Again, no matter who or, you know, what kind of person we're talking about here, it doesn't have to always be, you know, as suggestive as it may sound, with me saying it aloud. But just generally the idea of sharing those things about yourself, you know, your deepest thoughts with another person can feel very naked. And when you're able to do that without feeling shame, and instead you feel proud, you know, you feel happy, you feel love, well, that's something real. And it's important to cherish that. This can be a good sign for your love life, of course, or for somebody else if you are, you know, if you have somebody else in mind, etc. Or it can be a very good sign for any of your close relationships that you hold very dear. However, the other side to the Lover's card is that it is a card of choices. The two figures on the card may actually represent crucial choices that you're going to need to make very, very soon. And the choices represented by this card always encourage you to choose the one that is most fulfilling and honest to you. Again, that nakedness is key here. You need to honor yourself. And your morals and values may be tested by whatever choice is coming up. It's very important that you stay true to yourself, because you will let yourself down if you don't make that decision to stay true to the things that you believe. Because there are very few things that we take to the grave with us that can go, beyond that veil of finality. And our word and our morals are some of the very few things that we take with us when we go. You know what I mean? And as a result, it's very, very important to honor those things and not allow people to trample them. So, whatever choices may be coming up for you, please remember to always take the path that is most honorable to yourself, even if it means having to have difficult conversations or maybe make a few enemies. But if you can sleep at night and look in the mirror at the end of the day without hating yourself, then you know you made the right choice, even if whatever choice you made brings a little bit of upheaval into your life. It's much better to be able to feel comfortable in your own skin than to sacrifice yourself just to please other people. That never ends well. So, do remember that. But yes, and also I should say, whenever you are faced with these choices, naturally, given the nature of the Lover's card, you are encouraged to make whatever choices that you make with love. Whether that is love for another person or love for yourself. As I'm saying, honoring yourself is a way of loving yourself. We love ourselves more when we don't betray ourselves and give us reasons to feel self-loathing. Which is something I know a lot of people struggle with, so if you can make choices that make you proud of yourself, and like I said, you're able to sleep a little bit easier at night, or look at yourself in the mirror a little bit easier the next time you're standing there, then you've made the right choice, you know what I mean? So, yes, overall, a great card for those of you that have people in your lives that you really, really love, be it family, friends, or significant other, or potential significant other. But also an important card to keep in mind for any trials and tribulations that you may be facing soon in your life. A encouragement to always honor yourself and make the choice that is most true to you. Not to be afraid to be honest with the people you care about. Because if they truly love you and you truly love them, then honesty and transparency isn't that difficult. It will deepen your relationship and make you value those people. It will make you value those people and the strength of your relationship with them even more when you trust that you can be honest with them. And that they will be honest with you. But yes, that is our pre-game tarot card pull for the day. I do hope that that resonates with you and that it helps you in some way. I'm back. Sorry, had to tell Callisto the California girls are unforgettable. I see. I hope she was doing well. But alright, I think it's about time that we got to our mysteries. So I'm gonna go ahead and transfer us over now. I don't care what the cards say, bite first, ask questions later. I see. Alright. Hold on, you know what I have to do? I will change that in a second. Indeed. Sometimes honesty that seems like it may lead to conflict can actually lead to the ability to just air things out amicably. Yeah. Yeah, agreed. Thank you for the reading. Of course, Emerald. kindness doesn't need to be allowed to change someone's life. That is also very true. Alright, hold on. I like how everything was fine and now we've got the crunchy audio. There we go. Now we're appropriate. That's what I'm saying. I'm not being true to myself. My bite rate has gone down significantly. I guess it's time to fix that, huh, Augustine? Alright. Let us, let us see what awaits us in Tinsel Avenue. Don't forget your blue sky. Thank you. I did, in fact, forget. Okay, there we go. Post is indeed live. Thank you, Emerald. Alright. For the idiots in chat who are curious, what does amicably mean? It means essentially like peacefully and equally. You know what I mean? Like if you're having an issue with somebody, you can agree to disagree or settle things in a way where both parties are happy, etc., instead of being at each other's throats. There's a better way to explain that, but I don't have dictionary definitions on hand, but usually that is essentially the core of an amicable settlement. Alright, let's, there is... I'm pretty sure that is fireworks outside, so if you hear that, I do apologize. Hopefully the mic is not picking that up. Your definition was basically it. Well said, thank you. Who's shooting me? Oh. Been getting fireworks in my area too, I hope it's fireworks. You never can tell. Oh. Oh, it's a big boy. Alright, let's, de-varnish you. I like you better without your skin. But that's just me. Anything in here? Oh yeah, lots of money. And ammo. And a note. There were sirens after they went off, so... Oh god. Please stay safe, Emerald. I really hope that is, I really hope that... I mean, it wouldn't be good if it was like a fireworks accident, but it would be better if that were the case and not, not the alternative. You know? I live near a gun range, so I can never really tell. Oh, I'm sure I'm fine. Forget about it. The Campozzoni family was done one way or another. It was your little asset that drove the last nail in their coffin. Cleared the path for us without even meaning to. Our hands are cleaner than laundry lines in Clergy Row's backyards. Tell Johnny Ninetoes that we're moving to Phase 2. I trust you've got all the papers ready. The signature's seared away. I think we have some mob activity going on here. I think that's fair to say. There's a skeleton in here, and a bucket full of eaten fish? The hell happened in here? Alright, looks like things are about to get crazy. Here we go. Oh, there's a lot of you.
Turning caffeine and panic attacks into someone else's success.
Must have choked on fish bones. Yeah, that's very possible. I managed to get some armor. Let's explore this room a little bit before anything. I guess these poor guys are, they're not hostile. They're just slaving away by the looks of it. You know, I always feel bad when you read about, like, the conditions that, artists work under in studios and such. And I don't know how they do it. Like, just imagine this process. That is why I always get so, dismayed when I read about how a lot of, anime development processes go. That is where they make One Piece. My god. They're so Mikor. Oh no. Alright. Let's, Can I reload the devarnisher? Okay, no, it's already fully loaded. Alright. There's 3 switches here, I don't really know. I mean, I guess we'll just pull this one, but, what does this do? Truly, the animation industry sucks, and it's unfortunate because animation is incredible. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Be free, little birds. Just don't come back.
There they go. Oh, they can throw bombs now? Or have they always been able to do that and I just didn't notice? Yes, get up close and personal with a shotgun. Absolutely brilliant behavior. I love it. Was there more shotgun ammo? Ah, the other door's opened up. Let's take a look. Okay, this actually just goes back. February. All these X's and then just one heart. That is interesting. I wonder what that's supposed to mean. I would say Valentine's Day, but I I counted 12, not 14. Door opens from the other side. I want to learn. I need to start an animation project at some point. That would be really cool to see. Augustine, your art style is fantastic, and it would be really nice to see animated. Who are you?
Oh, the stance, the grit. You ought to swing by sometime.
I mean, I'm here right now. Technically.
Oh, damn. You up for casting too?
Like how we just melted a guy right in front of her and she didn't really care much. I guess that says a lot about the daily grind. What is happening here? That was funny. Gabe Clarkle.
Hey, you there. The name Betty Lynch ring any bells?
Yeah, of course, but, was that gunfire just now? Like right outside?
Yeah, actually it was.
Relax. They're just shooting a crime picture. Now about Betty. Where do I start looking?
Oh, I'm not sure. After, you know, they cleared out her trailer and moved her stuff, she kind of disappeared. But, I know a gal who knew Betty, you know, a pyrotechnist back from the Seekers of the Holy Brie.
Nah, just acid. This is true. As a vampire, I keep my bite ratio at around 5 per interaction, but I'm also a glutton, so it's pretty high.
She's on set today, so maybe it's worth a shot.
A shot I don't have to dodge for a change.
I mean, I wouldn't say that yet. I do feel like, the stage seems set for a boss fight with a pyrotechnist. Totally normal wall. Sure. So, like, what was that guy doing in here? You know what I mean? Or that guy. He's vibing. Interesting that I hear the sound of mice when we ourselves are mice. I wonder how that works. Probably best not to think about it too hard. God forbid a man like to vibe, my goodness. You were inside those barrels.
You call it a trap. I call it an all-inclusive adventure.
Damn, I missed the opportunity to drop that piano on them, I think. Maybe I should reload. I just saved it, didn't I? You know what? I think I want to reload that save. And drop that on them. It's too good of an opportunity not to. Do I still have all the things from down here that I got before? Yes, okay, good. Yeah, shame on you, Adrian. Can't miss piano dropping opportunities, this is true. Not in this kind of game, anyway.
Oh no! Our hero might be walking straight into a trap! Pat!
You call it a trap. I
There we
call
go.
it an all-inclusive adventure.
I cannot pass up that opportunity. Must be wiser than you, since you decided to just stand there. What on earth? Why are these guys just stuffed into barrels? Thank you for the headpads. Thanks for telling me where you are. I think the story in this newspaper bored this guy to death. Massburg Herald, February 2nd, 1922. One of the Massburg Herald newspapers. This one heralds the release of the Wensleydale Wraith, a chilling bestseller penned by one of Becherville's most distinguished novelists. This narrative weaves through dark alleys, sinister kidnappings, and ominously uncovered manholes. I don't know what was going on in here, but it's over now.
Another fight. Hold onto your hats. Our hero might just end up a mouseicle.
3 jokes in and I'm already yawning.
Adrian always judging people for enjoying the vibes, dear lord. The public restroom vibes?
So serene, so peaceful. You could start a love story here. Maybe even a happy ever after.
No honeymoons today.
I gave that guy the Jason X treatment. Come here. Come here. Adrian is just a vibes hater. I think I tend to be more of a vibe killer than a vibe hater. Depending on who you ask. Oh, there's another cannon. There's money back there. I'd setter if you ask me. Thank you, Emerald. I do appreciate that. What is this? It won't let me pick it up, so it must be something I already have. Oh wait, actually, you know what? Is that ammunition for this? Yeah, it looks like it actually. Okay, let's stop hating on the cutie curse caster. John Jones.
Wait, what? We're actually paying him? All right, everyone. 5-minute break. Hockey's stuck. Again.
That casual asking if they're actually paying whoever they're referring to here is, okay, immediate,
Frickin' topsy-turvy spinning world. Burns.
Is that the pyrotechnist?
where the heck is, where the heck is he? Oh, there's alligators down there. Alright, this is gonna be interesting. Yeah, I was gonna say immediate, clear, I guess, like Indiana Jones vibes, but, it's making me think of Legends of the Hidden Temple, honestly. Don't worry, man, you have immaculate vibes in just a moment.
What the?
Thank you,
Ah, it was
Augustine.
you. Get over here, buddy.
Well, there's our man. Guess we just head down now. Thank you for the head pats, Naka.
Thanks, man. You're a lifesaver. And hey, from one action hero to another, you've got some real Tomb Raider chops yourself, man.
Can't wait for the boulder. I'm already anticipating one.
Yeah. I'm looking for a pyrotechnist. Do you have...
Yeah, well, I can't think straight right now. We've been running this scene forever, and I got ulcers, so I, took some, you know, medication, a lot of it, and, now I really can't make that next jump.
The way he said that makes me wonder the nature of this medication that he took.
Yeah, but the pyro... Wait. What kind of medication does that?
Yeah.
It's just some Spike D pills. Don't stress it. The real issue is, you gotta do this scene for me. And to pull it off, you gotta master an ancient technique of the tail whip.
Oh, what now?
Basic adventurer stuff. Why am I even explaining this? So, climb up there, pull the lever, swing over the gaps mid-air, grab the last golden idols, put them back on the pedestal. Boom. Easy.
He took some good blue cheese sauce, yeah.
What?
Just roll with me, all right?
Alright, I guess I, have a new use for my tail. I didn't even notice this here. Is this one of those idols? Yeah. Alright. Every tail needs a hook. Spot a grappling hook. Hit the right bumper to swing. I see.
You've got the moves, kid. Quite the Tomb Raider indeed.
I do love the Tomb Raider references right now. I do love the Tomb Raider references right now. I do love the Tomb Raider references right now. I do love the Tomb Raider references right now. I do love the Tomb Raider references right now. I do love the Tomb Raider references right now. I do love the Tomb Raider references right now. I do love the Tomb Raider references right now. I do love the Tomb Raider references right now. I do love the Tomb Raider references right now. I do love the Tomb Raider references right now. I do love the Tomb Raider references right now. I do love the Tomb Raider references right now. I do love the Tomb Raider references right now. I do love the Tomb Raider references right now. I do love the Tomb Raider references right now. I do love the Tomb Raider references right now. I do love the Tomb Raider references right now. I do love the Tomb Raider references right now. I do love the Tomb Raider references right now Okay, I guess I can just go back this way, right? Also, like, looking at these statues, is this supposed to be like, yeah. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil.
Ah, crap.
Oh my god.
Well, that got me somewhere.
There it was.
Excuse me.
Sorry to interrupt your, bathroom break. Or maybe... You know what? Never mind. Nothing, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Augustine. Alright. What did I miss down here? There we go. I'm gonna sob when my sub runs out and I lose the crow objection. Please capture card, please. I'm begging you to, cool it with the audio issues. There she is.
You the, pyrotechnist?
It's me, all right. The best of the best. Need something to go boom? You came to the right gal.
Welcome in, Alandria. Thank you for checking in. Hope you're doing well tonight. So I guess maybe I was wrong about the pyrotechnist. Maybe, I guess she won't be a boss, which is fine by me.
As much as I enjoy blasting. No, not today. I need info on a Betty Lynch.
Betty? Yeah, I knew her all right. Oh, real shame what happened. Good gal, fiery, like a pint-sized TNT crate. Oh, and sweet too. Always brought me sparkling water. Spike D, top of the line.
Did you notice anything off about her before she died? Maybe acting strange, or meeting with the wrong kind of people.
Man, my man, this is Tinsel Avenue. That's like asking if a cheese with holes has holes in it.
Let's just focus on the holes in her story for now, huh?
Well, Betty was a little quirky, but yeah. Now that I think of it, she met with some guy pretty often. All low profile. Never left a trailer when he was around. Real fancy schmancy suit type. You know how they are. Can't resist a rising starlet.
I hear her trailer's gone.
Oh yeah. They packed up her stuff, shoved it into one of the generic dressing rooms. Standard practice when someone checks out.
Oh? Where is it?
Just past the medieval set. Can't miss it. I made sure of that. So, you need any explosions? Dynamite? Maybe extra dynamite, eh?
Actually, I've been conserving my dynamite, so I should be okay. Thank you for the hydrate. And the head pats. Alright, before we go... Have more water since she mentioned it, thank you. I wanted to see what was up here first before I continue down that path. Money. Okay, so this actually just goes back to where we were before. Alright. Good bot indeed. Royal Cake X Disudu 2s. The hell? I wonder if that crushes and kills you if you were under. I was thinking the same thing. I was tempted to try it, but I'm resisting the call of the void.
The hero moves to an new scene. Fresh challenges, as ancient as these moss-covered stone walls.
Ancient? It's just a few plywood boards slathered in processed cheese.
Ow, indeed. Getting shot in the face does hurt. When did you last save? I actually saved, I saved just a second ago. Uh-oh. Okay.
Your line's up next. So tell us, hero, what is best in life?
To grate some parm, watch the cheese melt, and hear the joyful squeaks of my dinner guests.
Well, I guess we know what we enjoy doing.
Not today.
I don't think I'm doing too bad, actually. if I must say so. Another shortcut unlocked. Perfect. Wrong way. Here we are.
You ever think about a career change? You wear that piece like it's made for you.
What piece? What are you talking about? Alright, we're on the other side of the fence now. Oh wait, hold on, let's see. What happens if you... press that? What exactly did that do? Alright. What the heck did he just do to himself? Am I missing something? How are they even hitting me? You're making me get very creative about shooting you in the face. Aha, got it. I know, the music in this game is so good, Emerald. I love it. But my man, I'm just looking for secrets. Yes, it was a hit. Hold on. Let's take this out and this.
I drink cold fondue for breakfast. Nothing new for a trench fight.
Careful what you ask for. Alright. I think we cleared this area out. Money. Blueprints. I knew there had to be something around here. Western Park film set. Coming down the steps, I did not think that said set.
Well, this must be the place.
Tom Micarella. Or Oregano Trail. Alright, down we go. No, you don't understand, Naka. I don't know if any of you have ever seen the movie Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Hilarious movie. But it reminded me, if it said that, I was thinking of a scene from that movie. And I thought they might have been referencing that. Okay, we need a key. Search for clues, we can do that. We need a key for that one as well. Okay. Grab the key. Photo of Betty Lynch with Milford Sawyer, one of the mayoral candidates. A stiflingly cologne note. And he's clipped to it. I've never seen Elvira, but I've heard of her. Yeah, she's a really cool person. And really funny. And she did a movie that is hilarious.
Now that's a clue. A big mouse party meeting, and standing right next to Betty, the mayoral candidate, Milford what's his name. High stakes games, high rolling friends. But the higher you climb, the harder you fall.
Alright. Shortcut unlocked. Ah, this is the room where they had the projector thing with this character that looks kind of like a mouse version of Mario. Or at least a Mario character. Let's see what's in here. Actually, let's undo a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that was actually the perfect amount of moves for that. It's me, Mo Serio. Alright, I guess we're done with this area. Just make sure I didn't leave anything behind and over here. These kinds of games always make you paranoid that there's like secrets around every corner. And you don't want to miss them. Especially when you have the ability to parkour everywhere like this. Okay, invisible wall. I actually can't proceed. Ow. The whole movie is free officially on YouTube. Yes. Oh, that is great to hear. Yeah, that movie is so funny. Yeah, there's a scene where she is, like the silly face on the phone, me too. She's trying to fix a sign, because like the whole premise is that she ends up like, her car breaks down in this town. And, all these things happen, right? I don't want to spoil it in case anybody watches it. But there's a scene where she's standing in front of a theater, and there's a sign for a movie, and she gets a ladder to fix it. She climbs up, and as she's trying to like change the lettering on the sign, she kind of like slips, and this guy catches her. And the whole thing with the town is that like they have very like conservative values and such. And of course, here comes like this this very attractive, you know, goth woman and such. And of course, she's like, they don't want her there and all this other stuff, or at least the people in charge of the town and stuff. Anyway, one of the women comes out and sees the guy holding her, and because of the way that she is like angled, she's holding one of the letters and I think like covering another. So it ends up looking like it says matinee on a certain kind of thing I won't say aloud, but it looks like that's what the sign says when it doesn't, and then the woman like faints. It's funny.
Oh, finally ditched that tensile stench. Now it's time for a quick word with Vivian.
Not before I reload on everything first. Alright. I don't know what words you meant, I can't wait to see it. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I would say it, I just don't want to, you know. I don't know.
Well, you were right, Wanda. I found something at the studio after all.
That is very interesting, Jack.
More interesting than a truck full of spiked D fondue? Or a truckload of bug-ridden cheese?
Feels like we're just scratching the surface.
Mixing show business with politics? Hardly a recipe for a long life.
Sup, Jack? Need a drink?
Make it a double, John. I got a new case, courtesy of an old friend.
Yeah? What is it?
Apparently shrews are disappearing from their hood, like a cheese grenade. 1 minute there and poof, the next they're gone.
Wouldn't be the first time, Jack. No, sir. Course it's the smaller one's fault. Maybe they just grew too big.
What do you mean?
Well, it's shrew thicket all over again. Didn't I tell you that story before? You're gonna need a refill for this one.
I certainly will not say no.
He's shaken, not stirred. That is what I actually ended up considering calling the suit that I have, the outfit inspired by James Bond, but I ended up going with the other one instead. Actually, you know, Naka, now that you reminded me, that was the other thing I was going to talk about. I'm so annoyed because 007 First Light came out, and unfortunately, the Switch 2 version is the only one that got delayed. And I'm so upset because if that was not the case, I would have been playing that right now. So now I have to dodge spoilers and try to hold out until they finally feel like releasing this game on the Switch 2. And I'm really getting annoyed with that happening as well. Because the same thing happened with Borderlands 4. The Switch 2 version got delayed indefinitely, and God knows when that's happening, if ever. But it's always like Switch versions of stuff gets delayed, and I really wish that we would not be treated like second-class citizens. Because it's very annoying, and it's only ever our versions. Did they give an ETA? I think, I don't think they did. I saw speculation that it would be later in the summer, which I guess it's not that bad, but it's like, I wish you would just get it day one. Like, I was so appreciative to Capcom that Requiem came out day one on all platforms, and Pragmata as well. And I wish that more developers would do that. I mean, I know they probably didn't willingly do it. Obviously, it's not done out of spite or whatever, but I hope it's not a case of, like, the Switch 2 version is an afterthought, you know what I mean? Because a lot of developers have a history of doing that with ports to Nintendo platforms. They throw at it, or they will pass it to a developer that may not be the most qualified to do the port job, and then it's like, yeah, I don't think they prioritize Switch 2. Yeah, it's very annoying. Especially because it is, right now, the most financially available console. Like, everything is expensive, but when you factor in everything, it is the most financially available platform, even with the $50 price increase coming. And, you know, I guess they're more focused on the install base that is already available on, like, PS5 and such. It's insane how Nintendo has gotten much third-party support since the GameCube. Yeah, and it's like, there's a lot of reasons for that. I know back during the Super Nintendo era, there was a lot of developers who did not like the way Yamauchi was running the company, because he was, Yamauchi was not a lightweight. He was not afraid to speak his mind, and he was not afraid to be a bully if he felt like there were certain things he wanted out of companies that they were not giving, right? I don't think he was a bad person by any means, but he was definitely not afraid to throw his weight around. And I do think that that put off a lot of developers, along with the fact that the N64 stayed with cartridges as opposed to discs, which of course were the preferred medium at the time because they could carry more data and FMV videos and just things like that. But it was really a lot of things that led to that. Preferential treatment to Sony. A lot of developers fell out of love with Sega because of their silly decision making. Lots and lots and lots of stuff, but you know, the situation has gotten a lot better. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Even starting on the Switch 1, a lot of things came to it that you would not have thought would have come to a Nintendo platform, and I'm very happy to see that. But it's definitely something I thought would change more with the Switch 2, and to a degree it has. Even Requiem launching day one is a massive shift. And there's a lot of other games that have come out on the platform that I've been kind of surprised about, like the new Indiana Jones game. I think it's called The Great Circle. What's the other one? Star Wars Outlaws, things like that. The new Assassin's Creed games. All of that. The issue that I have is that a lot of developers like porting their stuff over to Nintendo platforms late, and then they act surprised when they don't sell that well, like, and the excuse is always, oh, there's no audience for that on Nintendo platforms, and that's not true. To me, the problem is nobody likes being treated like an afterthought, and a lot of times people own more than one platform. At the very least, they own a PC or a mobile device. So if it doesn't come to their preferred platform, i.e. the Switch 2, they'll just buy the game on something else. So they don't feel the need to go back and double dip, as they say. And a lot of these developers don't recognize that fact, and it gets frustrating. The other part of it, too, is that there is legitimately some bias in the industry. The guy that used to be in charge of the Yakuza franchise, I kind of talked about him in a prior stream. I think his name is Toshihiro Nagashi. He had a known bias against Nintendo. And supposedly, this is hearsay, but supposedly where it stems from is, he was the one that worked on Super Monkey Ball and F-Zero GX. And fun fact, if you actually look at what Nagashi looked like back in those days, if you can, look up a picture of Nagashi. Look up what he looked like in the early 2000s, and then look up what he looked like after he started making the Yakuza games. That guy changed his entire look and style. Which is obviously, like, it's not a crime or anything. I just find it funny because he started to kind of resemble the look of, like, the characters he was making for those games. And then taking, like, pictures of himself, like, sitting on a throne surrounded by, like, scantily clad women and such. I have no idea what was going on with that guy. But, apparently, after or during the process of working on F-Zero GX. This is just what I heard, so take it all with a grain of salt. He supposedly had an issue with Nintendo because he felt like, holy crap, even his skin color changed. Yeah, he was like always tan. Always tan. He supposedly felt like Nintendo didn't do enough to make F-Zero GX a success, which I don't really think that's true, and I don't think it's their fault. A lot of things bombed on the GameCube, even if they were highly regarded. Just take a look at Eternal Darkness, right? And then apparently after that, he came up with the idea for Yakuza, and apparently pitched it to Nintendo as, like, I guess, potential publishers, and they turned it down. And then he, like, held that against them. And if you look at his comments for the last, like, years that he was at Sega before he left, he was very negative towards Nintendo platforms, like saying that they were like kiddie consoles that children would start with and then graduate to adult platforms like the PlayStation. It was like insane shit. Wow, he really stepped into the Yakuza role himself. Yeah, right? Yeah, anytime I see Nagashi, I just kind of laugh because he changed so much. He was like Sally said, he kind of had like the really nerdy look when he was like younger and stuff, and then just turned into like this ultra masculine gangster. It's crazy. And I never really see anybody bring that up. But it's nuts when you look at how he transformed. I think he started kind of LARPing the role. But yeah, but he's not the only one who apparently had some bias against Nintendo. There's a couple of other figures in the industry that had some issues, I think probably stemming from the days in which they had problems with the company itself. And even though, like, if you look back at, like, the Wii U, it's weird how it got games that you wouldn't expect, including a port of Yakuza 1 and 2, and Tekken Tag Tournament, among other things, because supposedly, a rumor has it, Harada, the creator of Tekken, also has some issues with Nintendo for whatever reason. But during that period of time, even though the Wii U was a flop, it was getting all kinds of crazy games, and supposedly one of the reasons for that is because a lot of people respected Satoru Iwata. And even though they didn't like Nintendo, they respected Iwata because he himself, you know, like, not only was he a fantastic person, but he, they could relate to him because he started as, like, one of them. He was a creator, not a suit. And the fact that Yamauchi, of all people, chose him to be his successor as president of the company was something that was, like, unheard of. Especially going from somebody that was regarded as, like, you know, Yamauchi was that tough, draconian figure. And then Iwata was, like, the saint, the angel that everybody aspired to be. To go from being, like, a code monkey to the head of the entire company was unheard of, and he made a lot of friends on the way up. And especially if you read about his story, like, he went through a lot of hardship to get to where he was, and, you know, like, I do believe his parents, like, didn't necessarily believe that, the job he had was gonna, you know, turn out to much, and, you know, you see what he achieved. So, yeah, a lot of interesting details. How did we get Pokken Tournament? Yeah, I would say Iwata. More than likely Iwata, and the respect that people in the industry had for him specifically. Harada is another guy that has a bit too much ego. Still can't reach the king of video game narcissists, Mr. Kojima. Yeah, I think, yeah, Harada is an interesting guy. Mr. Don't ask me for shit. I don't necessarily have an issue with him directly as much as it was just annoying to me, decisions he made at Bandai Namco. which he is no longer a part of, actually. And they still do questionable things. Like, they just ported Tales of Arise to the Switch 2 and barely promoted it. So, you can definitely see that there's some weird bias there. Satoru Iwata will always be my favorite video game figure. Man as soft as a marshmallow, yeah. Along with Shigeru Miyamoto for me. That man inspired so much of my creativity, especially as a kid. I always wanted to follow in his footsteps as a creator. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, but he is still a big inspirational figure to me. Good on him. I respect the climb. Yeah, me too. Yeah, Iwata is like the Cinderella story, I think, for game developers. That is what a lot of people wish the process would be like, and I don't blame them because, you know, if you really look at it, like, that is ideally what should be happening, not people who really don't have any connection to video games or anything other than business. Like, I understand, yes, it helps to have somebody who knows how to run a business be in a top position, but, like, a lot of times these people that end up in the top positions at these companies don't actually know much about games or play them. They don't know the process of making them. And that is how you get out of touch people making the final say on things that they know nothing about, quite frankly. Once again, sorry if you can hear those fireworks in the background.
The drink's on the house, but the story comes with a price, my friend. I'm a working shrew. I'm happy to fill your glass, but my younglings need their supper.
Fair enough.
You don't have kids, John.
Oh.
Well, none the courts can prove. Anyway, Shrew Thicket. Ah, those were the days.
You can hear that, can't you? I see the thing picking up on it. The audio mixer, I see the mic is picking that up. I am so sorry. I will mute for now.
We did it, Jack. Carved out a little slice of shrew heaven here on this very soil. Ran legitimate businesses. Real honest work. Judges, bankers, coppers, businessmen. We had them all. All of our own ink. Nice homes, white picket fences, big families, all that jazz.
So what happened?
No, those are fireworks. I'm so sorry.
There is a scale in this world, Jack. Invisible, but it's there. Measures us all. When you're a little rodent and you get bigger, there is a chance, a slim one, but real, that you'll outgrow yourself. Reach places you never thought you could. And in this world, there's always someone bigger who'll clip your tail just because they can. So they clip and clip until you're stuck at the bottom and there ain't no Shrew Thicket anymore. Maybe I'll pour myself one.
That was an interesting story.
Tell me, Corny, why do we always meet in these seedy places?
Screw you, Pepper. This is a well-respected establishment.
Rather depressing, yeah.
Yeah. Real high class. So?
Well, my dear boy, you've got to understand, I'm a public figure. Always in the spotlight, right?
That you are.
So, friends are friends, but business is business.
So what you're really saying is, you're ashamed of being friends with a bottom-shelf private dick.
Well, I wouldn't put it quite like that.
But you just did.
Oh, come on. You know how these things work. What keeps the wheels turning?
Sure, money. But it should be backbone.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, we do know what greases the wheels. Sleaze. And it drips right off that guy. Alright, let's go talk to Vivian.
So, Monsieur Pepe, have you found out anything about my poor late friend?
You already got plenty of charm. Why bury it under that, accent?
Oh, damn, I forgot. All right, Mr. Pepper. Tell me, did you find anything at Tinsel's? Do you know who killed Betty?
Not yet, but it seems she was quite the socialite. She was getting rather close with that, what's-his-face? You know, the one running for mayor.
Oh, Sawyer? Milford Sawyer?
Bingo. She most likely got to Sawyer through that dandy spokesman for their party. Name's Curd, I believe.
Oh, Miles Curd. Yes, of course. Oh, the parties we threw. Ooh, such lavish affairs. So, Mr. Pepper, how do you plan to get close to Sawyer? He's probably less approachable by men, shall we say? Particularly men in trench coats who ask a lot of questions.
That may be. I need to think this through.
Well, if I may, if Sawyer's unreachable, why not Miles Curd? He's a beast of a different sort altogether.
Not really, he's a mouse too. But I get your point.
Good. Mr. Pepper, I believe your best bet is to go and catch Miles. From what I gather, he's either throwing another party or cleaning up the mess at the Opera House. What's left of it, anyway.
Oh, someone made a mess at the opera. That's, truly barbarous. Well, I'll be on my way. Now that I think about it, Sawyer's note to Betty was real specific. Stupidly specific. Time to run it up the flagpole and see who salutes. Dock's set now, just need a mooring point. I hate to ask, but Tam knows these waters better than I do.
Alright, let's make a save. So we actually have two missions we can do here. At least by the looks of it.
Hey, Jack! How's the case shaping up? You know, the shrews and all that.
Hey, kiddo, I'm heading down the Walla Bay to find out.
The Bay, huh? What's dragging you down this salty armpit now?
Well, I just follow the crumbs, you know? They're pointing me straight to the water. Supposedly that's where the shrews are being moved. I just have to pin down the exact spot.
Well, hey, I might be able to help you out with that.
Ah, figured you might. So, who's my guy?
Name's Cameron Bozo. Rakes like a jug away, yes, but might have heard something useful. You'll find him skulking around the pub, likely.
Cameron Bozo.
Cam Bozo? Classy.
Oh, and be sure to have a bunch of cheddar handy.
Cheddar? What's wrong with Gouda?
No Gouda if you broke, Jack.
let's see. What should I upgrade? Increases damage, pushback, and max ammo. Bullets pierce the first 3 enemies hit. Increases projectile count, clip size, and max ammo. Reduces spread and recoil. What's the price on it? 5? Huh. Alright, let's upgrade that. Oh wow, look at that. Head to Wallop Bay, head to the Opera Ruins. Why do they have things over their heads again?
Well, if you're going to the docks, Jack, I left something over there.
Like what?
What kind of something? And what the hell were you doing at the bay?
Oh, well, I didn't go there, per se. The Customs Authority withheld some merchandise I imported. Some of the finest cheese sticks in the world. From a lovely faraway island where beefy artisanal rats roll them with their tails. Truly a luxury, I tell you.
So why not go get him yourself?
That's the problem. The shipment got stuck in the usual the bureaucratic mess, you know. It changed hands here and there, and well, got lost, so to speak, somewhere around the docks.
He is so goddamn sleazy.
And you want me to track him down for you?
Oh, I'd really appreciate it. Those silly customs officers couldn't find their own behinds if their lives depended on it.
All right, sure. Consider it done, buddy.
Alright, and what do you want?
Got a moment, Jack?
For you, always. Well, almost.
Good. Oh, good. I've got a little job for you then. I want to update our menu. And a real standout dish. Introducing the Azure Burger. Or, as top burger makers would say, the Azzurro Burgero.
What the hell are you talking about?
Look, they're standard grilling procedures, huh? You fry a burger patty for 5, 6, or 7 minutes, right? So you get, and I'm gonna simplify this for you, Jack, rare, medium, or nearly done. And then there's the well done, which usually ends up as carbonized waste in the bin out back. But, and this is key, there's this special technique from the old world, likely, passed down by the street boys here, to make a burger so well done that it is truly beyond description. Pure insanity for the taste buds. Less a dish and more a culinary revolution, Jack. Gonna draw huge crowds to the little and big. But there's a catch. You need some serious heat and a ton of ash. So, if you can find the right hotspot, I'll give you a patty, and we'll see if this actually works.
Like, burnt? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Sure, I'll give it a shot. Nothing says smart plan like running around with a slab of raw meat.
Yeah, much obliged, Jack.
Alright. Let me go make a save real quick and then we'll head out, I suppose. Oh, wait, she's got something to say too.
So what exactly did you do at Tinsel's to get your glamorous behind kicked to the curb?
Kicked? Please. I left on my own terms. Nose high, tail swaying, not a single boot print on my rear.
Well, either way, there must have been a reason.
Oh, I don't know. Ridiculous overtime? Zero artistic integrity? The occasional wandering hand? Oh, a paycheck so thin I could roll a cheese stick with it? Pick your poison.
All very valid reasons to walk away.
Surely those ain't the only reasons, right? Sounds like you got a soft spot for the place.
You are persistent, aren't you, Mr. Pepper? Fine. Tinsel's wasn't just a job. It was an experience, a lifestyle. You didn't just make movies. You took life by the handful, gave it a good shake, and spilled every last drop onto the screen. It was about skirting the edge of what's safe, what's appropriate, about grabbing what you wanted and never blinking. And me, I never blinked.
So, you partied too hard and got yourself in trouble.
I partied just enough. Though, in hindsight, my just enough might have been a little much for the wussies. But without those parties, I'd never have met half the dazzling souls I did. I'd never have met Betty.
Who might still be breathing if not for all that skirting the edge.
You implying something, Mr. Pepper?
Me? Imply? Never. I just connect the dots.
Well then, connect them elsewhere. You're sniffing around the wrong mouse hole.
I wonder. What even happened? She seems to have partied with some potentially dangerous individuals a little bit too much and distanced herself from that kind of thing, but not before, of course, people ended up getting killed. Docks, let's start with this one up here. The opera.
That place was clean and nice. Clear as day, Curd hadn't lifted a finger. And clear eyes should keep my mouth shut before someone guessed who lit the match.
I didn't start the fire. It was always burning. Alright, let's find out who we need to talk to. Oh. She wasn't grateful for that. Okay, that didn't go well. Can I double jump? There we go. We don't have to pay for that, right? I sure hope not. They don't seem too concerned with it. Everything is fine. I guess it doesn't last long, huh? Getting sleepy? You should try to get some rest. I know you mentioned you were tired before. What am I missing here? Oops. Want to be here as long as possible. The VOD will be here if you, there we go.
No press today. I'm busy.
If you want to, you know, check it out later, but please don't deprive yourself of sleep to be here. My god, there goes the fireworks again.
Miles Curd, Big Mouse Party spokesperson. A pleasure.
That's Mr. Curd. Let's act like we weren't raised by shrews. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm in the middle of...
Wow, what a thing to say. How many fireworks do they have? You'd be surprised. The answer is yes.
Oh, watching other people do the actual work? Yeah, I can tell. Mr. Curd, I'm investigating the unfortunate demise of one Betty Lynch. I have reason to believe your boss, mayoral candidate Milford Sawyer, knew her. Might even be useful in figuring out how she ended up dead.
And who the hell are you? I don't remember seeing you around the MPD headquarters. And I know all our good investigators.
Uh-huh. Our.
What was that?
Just a cough. Name's Jack Pepper, PI for hire. Not here on official business, just doing a favor for someone looking for closure. Thing is, this whole case has a, how do I put it? A spoiled way kind of stink. You might want to help me out before that smell starts sticking to you, too.
Pepper. All right, fine. We're too close to the election for some half-baked accusations to start fouling up the campaign. Shoot your shot.
Already did. So was Sawyer close to Betty in any way?
No chance. Maybe they clinked glasses at some movie fundraisers, but that's it. I'm the one riding shotgun in Sawyer's inner circle. If there was more, I'd know.
Could he have kept it quiet? You know, to avoid the kind of scandal that might make a mouthpiece cry at night.
Watch your tongue, Pepper. When you're a public figure like Milford, small-time celebs show up whether you want them or not, hoping to ride your coattails. Doesn't mean there's more to it than that.
Oh, see, that's funny because I got pictures. Betty rubbing elbows with BMP officials. Real cozy, real not accidental.
Yeah, because she was always circling our parties like some fame-hungry hawk. Same as every starlet and wannabe socialite looking for a headline. But trust me, no one in the party worth their salt would mix business with that.
Sounds like you had a personal gripe with Betty, Mr. Curd. Is there something I should...
Listen, Pepper Shaker, I don't like where this is going, so I'm giving you one last polite suggestion. Piss off. Grilling's over.
Pepper shaker. It says curdled milk.
But it's still kind of smoky in here.
Get the hell out of my yard!
Well, that went about as smooth as a boot through a windshield. Lucky I still had my teeth. And plenty left to chew on.
Alright. Let's not leave yet because I think I might be able to find the ashy spot or whatever in this place that I'm supposed to find. So let me take a quick look around here. Because I do have the thing there, the objective, but can I open any of these doors? Doesn't look like it. Oh, and apparently I missed this too. Okay. I mean, there's like steam coming out of here. I feel like it would be in there, but... Ah, aha. The place is on fire, so there's got to be ash somewhere, right? I am finding grappling hooks, though, so maybe I'm on the right path. John told me the guy had an ex and a kid. They deserve the truth. The stiff on the city ice is a different shrew.
Heated ash, he said. Right.
And here we are, fry the crap out of John's patty.
Yeah, I don't know. What the hell? Oh. Oh, Lord.
Burnt patty. Otherwise known as hockey puck. Hold on, there's some armor in there actually. There we go. And cheese over there. Cooked over some dead bodies, even. Yeah. As metal as that is, I don't think it's sanitary. Alright. Bro is doing everything to not pay for gas or electricity.
Feels like a dead end leading to a burning dumpster. Maybe Vivian can make sense of the mess.
Alright, let's deliver his hockey puck.
About that Azure burger.
The Azuro Burgero? Did it work, Jack?
Sure did.
You took a bite, you rascal, didn't you?
Sure did.
So, how'd it taste?
About that.
Well, it tastes like, how do I put it? Like, after a 7-day cheese bender, you went straight to the filthiest part of the docks, took a massive dump, jarred it, and left it in the sun to rot. And then someone, let's say a crazy uncle or something, came along, saw it and thought, hey, I'm gonna pour some cranberry juice in there and stir it with a stick. It should definitely reek even more. And well, they did it.
This has happened to you at some point, right?
Yes, it has.
Okay. I'm gonna leave the Azuro Burgero in the rough drafts then.
Probably for the best.
So, any progress on the case, Monsieur Pepe?
Yeah, and it reeks worse than the brie I left sitting in the fridge.
I don't see a fridge.
Exactly. But I did cross paths with Mr. Kurd.
And?
And he clammed up quicker than a marina shellfish in a cheese storm. Still, I found out that while Betty got close to Sawyer, she, well, how do I put it? She befriended Kurd as well, but...
Yes. Quick, out with it.
See, here's where it gets kooky. Like real kooky. Kurd spoke of her like she was nothing more than a bottom-of-the-barrel wench, and then out of the blue cheese he threatens to slap me with a lawsuit like I'm some snooty millionaire.
That is vital information indeed.
Could be. At least I know where to go to next. You see, Kurd's got dirt close to home. Literally. So that's where I'm heading.
So, you're leaving town, Mr. Pepper?
Just for a little while.
Good. Go do your thing. I'll poke around here and there. I have a few friends in, let's say, mid to high places. You take care, Mr. Pepper.
Oh, I will.
Ask Miles Kurd about Betty Lynch. He's either tight-lipped or vulgar. There's much more under the rind here. Something he doesn't want surfacing.
Finally, a countryside case.
Miles Kurd insists Betty and Milford Sawyer were nothing but casual. Just a friendship. Just an evening.
Interesting.
Alright. We will leave that for later. We're gonna go to the docks now. Follow up on that other lead. I bet he killed her by mistake and swept it under the rug. Very possible. Very possible.
Nothing like a breeze of rotting fish, oil rigs, and stale Gouda. Corny would be begging for a gas mask.
The dancing flowers are really cute. The sour stuffed shrews. That dog just looks like Pluto. Same dog species, I suppose, yeah. Mouseburg Herald, January 1st, 1922. Emerald, if you are sleepy, get some rest. I'm telling you, you don't have to be here. It's okay. I do appreciate it, but please, if you're tired, don't stay up. The VOD will be here. Plus, I'm only gonna go for so much longer because I am getting rather hungry. I will probably go for about, maybe another hour. She's already burrito tucked in. One of the Mouseburg Herald newspapers. It reports that outrageously false accusations of blue cheese. It reports that outrageously false accusations of blue cheese abuse against Steve Bandel. The famed magician of mousy mystique have been dropped with no further inquiry. Bandel expressed outrage, declaring, "I kept my nose clean, unless we're talking sharp cheddar." Everybody's throwing food at me. My phone died. Welcome back, Bolgay. Welcome back. I've just been having a great time playing this. But yes, if you are going to get some rest, Emerald, then there we go. This is a massive fish.
A fisherman's pub this empty at noon. Smells fishy. Feels crooked, too.
Thank you for the extra round. Of course. Hey, welcome in, Callisto. How did your stream go? I'm doing well. I'm tired, but what else is new? It's been a few days since I last streamed, so it feels nice to be back. Good to see you too. How did your stream go? I saw you were playing Nier Automata, I think.
I'd steer clear of the water if I were you. Sharks are circling just past the buoys and they're looking real hungry.
Are there actually sharks in there? Looks like a secret over there. How do I get up there? Good, I beat Motor Slice and now playing Nier. I'm happy to hear that. Did you end up enjoying Motor Slice in the end? Anyway, how are you liking Mouse Game? It's great. It's fantastic. I do enjoy this game quite a bit. It's been a huge huge bit of fun. Definitely living up to my expectations. Okay, so I guess we need to get on the cliff side there before we can get into that secret room. I have a lot of feelings about Motor Slice. Was it worth it in the end, or was it just frustrating? More frustrating than it was worth it, would you say? God, I'm so close to getting in there. Alright, let's try this again. It cannot be explained in written sentences. We need to play a game together so I can rant at you. Yes, we need to arrange that soon because I would like to hear your experience with the game. I love finding those.
Charm and half the fondue bill.
Huh. There we go. Much better. Perfect. Yeah, I know, this game can be really cute sometimes. It's such a refreshing, refreshing game visually. A nice change of pace from the usual. And the music is fantastic. I do apologize that my capture card is crunching up the audio for some reason. So I can make it hard to hear, but it is a very nice game in every respect. But yeah, I really do want to hear what you thought of Motor Slice, because I know you had some reservations with it, but I didn't expect you to come away from it with such seemingly intense feelings about it. So I'm very curious to hear that. Ah, yes, the Atrian Beach episode. Dead mice tell no tales. Alright, I guess we're going right through there then. A lot of areas around here. There we go. I'd rent right now, but I think you might be a touch busy. Not sure, though. Oh, I don't mind. Totally normal wall. Can't throw anything right now, though. Guess I gotta wait till the action kicks up. Alright, I guess we're gonna go up. I can't leave now.
Where's Bozo? What did you do to him?
Why is a walking corpse asking questions?
Oh, I ain't dead yet, bub.
Why is a walking corpse asking questions? I love the way people threaten each other in this game. Those are cute. Can I... Okay, I can't go back yet. I guess we'll just have to wait to try and blow up that wall. Sorry about that, I had to clear my throat a lot, and it barely helped. Thank you for the head pats. Alright, as we flip the switch here.
Go! Everyone! And I mean everyone!
Oh, look at this. I've got the finger guns. Just killing them with charm. There's a lot of you, huh?
Take him down already!
Sorry, I can't hear you over the rat-a-tat-tat.
Let's go. Ancient clear throat technique. Yeah, I wish I had one. My throat has been horrendous lately with regards to needing to clear it. Work now, die later. Is this open yet? No. Thank you for the hydrate. I actually did take a couple of sips. You could probably see it on the screen, but I'm gonna take more. Okay. Been playing too many games lately. It's good to kick back and watch your beautiful soul. Thank you so much, Purple. It's good to have you here. I'm glad to hear you have been playing games, though. You're always working really hard, so... My god, hold on. Let me mute so I can do this again. Good grief, okay. Hopefully it's a little better now. I don't apologize for lurking. I don't mind. I appreciate it either way. I need to make sure you don't see me playing anything spicy, though. Oh, Audrey, I know that feeling. I get that clear throat thing in the mornings, right? It's so annoying. Yeah, it's very frustrating. No matter how much water you drink or whatever you do, it's like it won't go away. Tea helps, but even that's not a silver bullet. Oh my god, the frame rate just shot up big time.
Now you better drop this silliness and tell me...
Are you deaf? You drop when I say drop. Yeah, to hell with you, Pepper. I ain't telling you nothing.
Uh-huh. In the name of the law, time to break stuff.
What are you morons waiting for? Don't quit your phone.
This is one of those days. I need a little armor.
Where'd your balls go, Pepper? Where'd your balls go, Pepper?
Alright, how do I... Can't get in there. Gotta figure out,
Where'd your balls go, Pepper?
I want to rip this guy's head off. Okay, here we are. Perfect. Let's take that. Alright, might as well do that.
Where'd your balls go, Pepper?
Got more cannonballs.
Where'd your balls go, Pepper?
Oh, you're about to find out. Alright. Now, where did I drop that thing? Ah, okay, it's my inventory. Perfect.
This place won't hold forever. Don't move. Where'd your balls go, Pepper? Where'd your balls go, Pepper? What am I even paying you for?
Sorry, Chad, I will catch up with you in a second. As you can tell, the action is getting hot and heavy. Just a minute. Where are you? There you are. I like how he stands right in the window.
Sometimes you knock. Sometimes you knock it down.
What an idiot. Okay. That is done with. Alright, now I can catch up on the chat. What did I miss? This is why you don't come by, because you'll get scalded. Callisto's too hot to handle. Alright. Alright, thank goodness he's dealt with.
No! Stop! Have mercy! I'll talk!
Have Moisey.
Then talk. Where's Bozo? He's still in one piece?
He's alive, all right. We just roughed him up a little. I got him locked up near the shipyard gate up north. Now, for the love of... let me go!
You're spared. And, bleeding profusely. Storms are coming, and I'm betting Bozo's got the weather report. Now, which way to the shipyard?
Alright, perfect. I think I left the oven and the fridge running. Don't run, Bulgay. How long do humans ground for? Is 20 years fair? Finally, some armor. Alright. God, the combat is so much fun in this game. I cannot overstate that enough. It is just a joy to play, honestly. I'm not mad about your depravity. Simply that you would lie or hide it. Okay, don't need that. We're already at full health. Where do I need to go? Perhaps this way? Perhaps this way indeed. We still haven't found that customs office yet. Mouseburg Herald, May 5th, 1919. Yet another mouseful bust. One of the Mouseburg Herald newspapers, this article speaks about Mouseburg's most exclusive nightclub, which has become a hub for shady dealings, ranging from illicit cheese tastings to under-the-table mousetrap bets. It sits right beside a monthly pamphlet praising police efficacy. I really do love this game's sense of humor. I really dig the music. Yeah, no, the music in this game is incredible, Callisto. You should hear it when it gets really, really jazzy. It is, it has a very nice soundtrack. It definitely looks like a fight is about to break out here. Requires a workshop key. Overkill, but if I have it, I figure I might as well use it. Time eats everything. The, what do you call it? Graffiti in this game kind of reminds me a little bit of Borderlands at times. Did he just... Okay, that's sad. Ow. Okay, that completely wiped out my armor. You need to go. Alright, my dear witch, I'm headed for chill down time. Have a good stream, Audrey and chat. Thank you so much, Callisto. Thank you for dropping by. Please have a great rest of your night and enjoy your relaxation time. I just don't... Wait, hold on. What are you replying to, Volgay? What did Purple say? I don't care what people see me playing. I'm proud of my little dirty mind. I just don't need people like Adrian, Callisto, Mari, or Akira to know. You're fine, Volgay. Ow. Final message. Hold on, wait. Ballgame must be into some very interesting things. Hold on. There we go. I talked to you in Callisto. Okay, I can't climb that. Guess we just keep going. Taking notes on that. Because I want you to think I'm at least good on some level. Why would that make us think that that you're less good, Volgay? I am personally not the judgy type, so I don't really care either way, honestly. Don't kick me. I'm sorry, did you say something? Alright, I completely missed that there was an anvil here. What a missed opportunity.
I swear, officer, ow! I've been law-abiding since breakfast.
So not very long then, huh?
Oh, my hero. Oh, my precious savior. More noble than a whole truckload of blood of...
Tammy's the one you should be thanking. Just tell me what I need to know.
Yeah, of course, boss. But, what exactly do you want to know?
I returned from dinner time. Welcome back, Augustine. What did you get to eat? Also, yeah, I think I'm doing pretty well. I think it qualifies as winning.
Everything.
Well, see, I was born right here in Mouseburg, almost 30 years ago. Mama worked the docks, Papa...
That's not what I meant when I said everything.
Everything about the missing shrews.
Oh, right, yeah. So, there's a meeting going down, see? They're resealing the livestock deal or whatever. Wallop Bay's just a pit stop.
Pork, venison, beef, and potato salad. Oh, that sounds delicious. I don't think I've ever had venison. Actually. But But that all does sound really good. And potato salad is one of the only forms of potatoes that I actually like, so... So that does sound good to me. It's just deer? Yeah. Yeah, I've never tried it, though. A good potato salad goes so hard, though. Yes, it really does. Especially if it has a little spice to it. I'm very biased towards spicy food, but, yeah, especially if the potato salad has some spice to it. I like venison, but it's easy to mess up because it gets dry quick. I've heard that. Actually.
Who's they?
Cops. The crooked ones. Meeting with some science-y types. Weird accents. Real heavy on the Z's. Especially their leader, the professor.
This some new racket? Or business as usual?
Oh, business as usual. Used to bounce around Shantytown, keep it quiet. Now? Feels like they don't even bother hiding it.
Bounce around where exactly?
Bob's workshop, Letitia's pharmacy, maybe. Both good folks, just scared stiff.
Wake shop.
Oh, and they've been using that old underground shelter uptown. I used to squat there till they kicked me in the teeth. See, right here.
Yeah, tragic. So when's the next deal?
I'm sorry, I found that really funny. He just had to show us where he got kicked in the teeth. Oh my god. Ew, potatoes. I normally agree with you on that, Purple, but I do like potato salad. Is a scientist with the cops. This is getting very smelly.
Dunno. Today, tomorrow. They don't exactly work on a schedule.
I'm sorry, I'm still reeling from him showing us where he got kicked in the teeth.
And me without even a sandwich for the stakeout. Guess I'll start sweeping those spots.
Oh, speaking of which, see, boss, I happen to have a key. A very special key. A pharmacy key. Let's just say I'm holding on to it for Letitia. Temporarily. And since the pharmacy's on your list...
What if you missed it? This is clearly vital information. I just find it funny because there's been people that I've heard about from people I know that are kind of similar. Like something gnarly happens to them and they feel the need to show it, like you want to see these things or that you care. And so I don't know, I just found it very, very funny. Pulls it out the prison wall.
$50, boss, and it's yours.
Alright, fine, sure.
You got the morals of a stinky floater, you know that? Fine, hand it over.
Use that to get your teeth fixed.
Pleasure doing business with you, boss. You're the greatest.
Mm-hmm. Try not to get yourself roughed up again. And for the love of cheddar, spend that money on clean underpants, will you?
Alright, I need to, Still need to find the customs office. Never...
Customs has to be around here somewhere.
I guess we're, actually closer than I thought. Speak of the devil, as I say. Alright, it's fighting time. Some of you are actually quite fast. That was quite a fight. There were so many of them I didn't even realize I could have grabbed a hot pepper from there, but... oh well. He's gonna get kicked in the teeth again. I feel as though... some of you may not realize how funny I find that. Oh, that's a lot of frogs. Okay, so shooting it actually does do something. Herbal cheese sticks.
Smells like every grandma's herbal tea. No wonder customs held them up. All right, let's bring Stilton his delicacies.
There we go.
Dead end. Or...
You squeak, you sleep. Trade renewal agreement. Suppliers agree to deliver... Sorry. Quote-unquote suppliers agree to deliver quote-unquote livestock to quote-unquote lawful recipients weekly for another 14 days. By moonlight, at the usual spot. Fondue free this time. Suppliers, lawful recipients, the Cap'n. Short-term gains, long-term rot. That's the game the Cap'n and his fondue-loving pal Double X are playing. Makes a man wonder what they see in the mirror.
Renewing the delivery agreement for an additional 14 days. Signed, the Captain. An XX scribble cited as something that reeks of illegal fondue.
Yeah, quote-unquote indeed, Naka. I love that they are, like, just seemingly not at all concerned with the, obviousness of their criminal activities. I've never seen that show, The Wire, before. I've heard it's really good. But, it reminds me of a scene from it that I have, watched before. Where I think it's Idris Elba who is asking one of the characters who's, like, sitting there in on a, I guess, a meeting, with the gang or something like that. He's writing down everything people are saying. And he asks him, he's like, "Are you taking notes on a criminal fucking conspiracy?" And he's like, "These are the minutes." Like, he's writing down everything to keep track of, the dealings and stuff. And he takes a notebook from him. How did that not blow him up? Again, I missed that there was a steel beam here. Not really, beating the whole gamers don't look up allegations. Though usually I do, but I'm too focused right now. He blew himself up. That takes care of that. They hand off seasickness meds to some old world types, like it's no big deal.
Some old world names. And a whole sack of prescriptions for seasickness meds. Why?
No drinking here. So they say. Flatfoot take a hike. The only shame about this version of the game is that the frame rate can be a little unstable sometimes. Nothing too bad. Not enough to bother me, honestly, but it does look quite nice when it stabilizes. Thank you for the hydrate. I will take a sip as soon as I'm done dealing with these buffoons. Thank you, Emerald. Aren't you supposed to be asleep? Shouldn't you be taking a nap? And thank you for the stretch. I will do all of these things once, I don't fall asleep that fast. Fair enough. I can relate. Thanks for just standing there. Alright. And if I sleep, I can't hear your silky smooth voice. Thank you. And the rat-a-tat-tat. Alright, I will take my sip now and do my stretch. Okay. Oh. Alright. Thank you. I'm gonna head to bed, everyone. Have a good night, take care, and have fun. Thank you so much, Sally. Hold on, let me tuck you in. There we go. Yes, get some rest. Thank you for being here. Sleep with the headphones on, it surely is a nice way to get sleepy. Pan Targovsky. Over 100 shrews moved per shipment. Where do they go? What happens to them?
Sweet infinite feta. 100 shrews per shipment. That makes... I don't even want to do the math. What's that noise? It's coming from the pier.
Whoa, you are in a hurry.
It must be that secret meeting.
Can I finally see about that, that wall I didn't get to break before? Alright. Alright. Where the hell was it? Through here, right? I feel like that's right. No, no, over here, over here. I think? Yeah. There we go. Finally get to see. Can't rest if I had my headphones on and I don't have any that can connect to the phone. Alright, so just some extra ammo and such. I mean, I'll take it. Alright. I didn't even realize that thing had blinking eyes. I hear music like there's somebody around here, but I don't see anything. Oh wait, never mind. Over there. There you are.
No fondue way. Captain is Captain Goddamn Sims. The cop of the year himself. So much for that. But the other guy must be the professor. Ugh. He's got that particular brand of quite big affair head I'd rather forget. And here come their lackeys, walking in on me like, aw, hell.
Alright, here goes. Literally coming from every which way. Alright. Jesus Christ, sorry about that crunchy audio. I think it is buckling under the weight of...
This was like a bad haircut. Messy, uneven, and way over my head. I had to go back, think it through. Maybe even across.
Ooh, that was a lot of action. Not that I'm complaining, that was fun. Door doesn't open though. How do I go ahead and get myself out of here? Is there a telephone here? Yep, right here. Let's make sure there's nothing here. Okay. Alright. Let's return to the office and then, see who I can talk to. We'll drop a save and then I'll stop there for the night.
Plenty of pieces on the floor. Time to start pinning them in place.
Let's restock on ammo. We have a lot of new comic strips and such we can buy as well. We'll save that for next time. Alright, let me deliver the thing to this guy.
Here are your, cheese sticks. They smell a little funny, don't they?
Oh, you know, they're from abroad. They've got this herb mix, you know. Sharpens the aftertaste. Takes a bit of connoisseurship to appreciate it, but it really pleases the palate.
Right.
You know, funny, I never took you for a cheesehead.
Well, because I'm not. I just need something to calm my nerves from time to time. It helps me with my speeches.
Yeah, sure it does.
Jack, I'm no saint. You of all people should know. But if someone tries to sell you that they are, don't trust them.
Probably good advice.
You wonder...
I don't wonder. I do.
Yeah, but do you ever stop and think about your you know, stellar career.
Jack, I live it. What is your point?
Well, see, you wrote that big expose back in the day, right? Toppled one of the mob families.
Yes, Jack. I was there.
Right. So now the family's gone. Out of the picture, but suddenly we got these hitmen popping up out of thin air, just poof, and somebody drops. They're silent, efficient, and deadly.
So? What of it?
Well, makes me wonder. What if the other families saw an opportunity, figured, why get our hands dirty? So, they erect a, firm. A company to offload their dirtiest work, like a, Real Murder LLC. You get me? What I mean is, you did something good. Maybe the mob, they made something better. For them, worse for us.
I sincerely hope it's those 5-cent novels speaking. They're clearly frying your brain.
Maybe. But what a way to go.
Let me guess, someone kicked you in the teeth. You're gonna make me start laughing again. The crooked cops and these crazy squints from the old world are in it together. The one called the Professor shakes hands with none other than the shining star of the Force, Captain Sims.
I better bring Corny to speed before I wade into the muck.
Let's see, seasickness meds, prescription, a trade renewal agreement, a shipment of shrews, and then a picture of me.
Tangled as hell.
We have the option to run things by Stilton. Huh. I wonder if this game has multiple endings or anything like that. I'll have to look into that. But anyway, we just saved. Let me go ahead and bring us back to... let's go from my office to my office in a second. Okay. Yes, colorful world we return to. Right now. There we go. Alright. Yes, thank you all for being here. It was nice to do this again. I am hoping to be back tomorrow, but we'll see. I might end up a little busy. It'll all depend. Things are always shifting, and we've got some complicated stuff going on, so we'll see. But thank you for being here. Thank you for the stream, of course. Thank you for being here. Let me see who is online. Of course. Thank you for being here as well, Naka. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you who stopped by and hung out with me today. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and raid into Simon Novak. You guys already know him well. Cool guy. He is playing Duke Nukem 3D, so I figured that actually kind of makes sense to go from Mouse PI, a classic shooter style game, to another classic shooter. So, plus I actually do want to tell him that I've been enjoying it. I don't know if he's popped by at all, but we did talk a little bit about this game, and he was curious about it, so I want to let him know that it's the real deal. It's good. I definitely do think he'd get a kick out of this game, so we're going to go ahead and pay him a visit. So thank you all again for dropping by, everybody. I'm glad that you had fun, Emerald. And yeah, hopefully I will be able to do this again tomorrow. But we will see. I'll keep you all updated. And I'll make those events too in the server, because I am looking forward to the Sony show and Summer Games Fest, and whenever that Nintendo Direct is, whenever Nintendo announces that. Should be fun for those of you that want to live watch it with me and just, you know, or I guess you can always see my posts afterwards of me reacting. But yes, we're gonna go ahead and start this raid. You guys know the drill already. Our raid message is Hallie Raid with however many emotes and whatever kinds of emotes you want. Let me snooze that ad, we don't need that. Alrighty. Yes. So I will hopefully be seeing all of you tomorrow. And please make sure that you take care of yourselves. Please get some rest, get something to eat. And relax. Get good sleep. You too, Augustine. Yes, all of you, please please make sure that you take care of yourselves and rest up. But yes, until next time, as always, stay spellbound.
From